Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for being here. For those of you who don't know us, Condeco are a workplace technology company. We help organisations measure and manage their space. We work with some of the biggest organisations in the world. So when we talk about the experiences of the workplace, we come from a position of knowledge of the market, from small and large organisations, whether you've got 100 employees or 500,000 employees. We've been in this marketplace for a very long time. And what you're going to see today is some of the knowledge of our experience, some stories that we've had from our customers, and hopefully some solutions to your problems as well. I'd like to introduce you to Sarah. Sarah is front of house manager at Z Bank. She's responsible for about 15 employees, primarily across front of house, greeting visitors, managing meeting rooms. She's also responsible for the hospitality suite. And this is her bad day. And all of this stuff is real, and I'm sure you experience this kind of thing within your organisation, probably almost every day of the week. So her day starts just before 9 o'clock. Her and her team are responsible for bringing visitors into the building, but it's not got off to a good start. The system they use for checking in visitors is running really slowly, and the printer to print out the passes isn't working at all. Everything's very manual. She's getting stressed. The staff are really busy. And the phone's ringing and no one can answer it. The day's not got off to a good start. Meanwhile, Jade, who's the PA to the CEO, has been called by the CEO. He's running late for a meeting. All of his clients are running late for a meeting. She's stuck on a bus, and the meeting's got to be rescheduled. Well, she's able to reschedule the meeting in the calendars, but she can't reschedule the meeting room. She's got no mobile app to do this. She's phoning the reception desk to Sarah and her team to try and get through to them to get them to change the meeting room. But that can't happen either because they're too busy and the phone's not being answered. So she's not happy, her boss is not going to be happy either. And so eventually the meeting gets rescheduled. The CEO arrives at his meeting room to find out that somebody else is sitting in that meeting room. This is Phil. Phil's quite pleased with himself because he's managed just to jump into an empty room that he thought he could have because we weren't able to reschedule that meeting room booking. So now things are slowly getting worse. And the CEO is now marching to Sarah's desk to say, what's going on here? Someone's in my meeting room, and here he is. He's very angry, and Sarah and her team are under a lot of pressure now. They're trying to find a new meeting room there. Everything's showing us full on the meeting room booking system though. But the CEO's just walked through half the building and has seen half the meeting rooms are empty. Well, this is common. This happens in every organisation. People book space and they don't turn up to use it. So he's particularly angry because he can see all the meeting rooms are free. Sarah and her team eventually managed to find a new meeting room. But meetings are complicated, and meeting room booking is complicated. It's not just the room that's important. We've got breakfast ordered for this room for the clients. We've got a special layout that the CEO wants the room to be set up. We've got audio-visual ordered. There's video conferencing being ordered, and everything's in the wrong place. And the breakfast has turned up to the wrong room. Meanwhile, in the meeting room that he was supposed to be in, this is Dave. He's the operations director from the New York office, and he's turned up in the wrong meeting room because the video conferencing was all due to kick off at the right place and the right time in the right room. But the CEO's in a different room now. He's looking a bit confused. These guys are trying to be a bit polite and sort of wonder what's going on here. They know he's important, but they don't quite know what to make of it. Again, everything is going wrong. Gets to midday, the servers are down. So this happens to all of us. The servers have gone down, corporate applications have stopped working, meeting room booking systems stopped working. It's going to be a really tough lunch hour for Sarah and her team because they're going to have to manage everything manually on paper. So it takes an hour or so to get that fixed, and things have calmed down. So it's the afternoon. This is Jan. Jan's got a meeting with the finance director tomorrow morning. He's arrived the afternoon, he's flown in the morning. He wants to go and sit with the finance team in the afternoon. So he's speaking to Sarah. She's trying to find him a desk to sit at. She thinks there's some desks on the 4th floor. So he goes up to the 4th floor and he's looking for somewhere to sit. He'd like to sit with his colleagues, but everything's looking quite busy. There are a few desks there, but there's a coffee mug on one of them and there's a jacket on another one, and everyone's saying, no, these desks are taken, you can't sit here, try over there. He can't find the space that he needs. So he goes back to see Sarah, and Sarah does manage to find him a desk. I think it's in the basement. He's in the middle of nowhere, he's got no friends around him, he's not really getting the work that he needs to do done because he's in completely the wrong place. So that's our bad day, and I'm sure that you're seeing things that go on within your office that impact your team and your whole organisation that are familiar here. So, a little bit about us. Our organisation, as I mentioned before, we help to measure and manage space within organisations. We provide workplace occupancy studies using technology, so organisations can understand exactly how their space is being used and right-size their meeting rooms and their desk utilisation. And then we provide room booking and desk booking. And around room booking, we link it in with the visitor management and the catering management and video conference scheduling and all of the other facilities that tie into a meeting room that need to be joined together so that when you move meetings, everything goes with it. And around desk booking, we support the agile working, flexible working process that everyone's talking about and a lot of people are moving to. Many organisations have already done this. You'll see screens that go on the outside of meeting rooms, desk screens as well for hot desk booking. And you'll see our workplace occupancy tools there as well for measuring the space. It's a complete solution which no one else provides, and it helps to turn a bad day into a good day, and this is what that good day looks like. Firstly, 8:45 in the morning, Condeco room booking and visitor management is sitting in the cloud, so it doesn't matter if servers are running a little bit slowly. Everything's running smoothly because we're just accessing the internet. Visitors are being checked in really quickly. Everyone's nice and happy, visitors are happy, Sarah and her team are happy, everything's working very smoothly. Jade, who's on the bus, running late to get into the office because the traffic's bad, needing to reschedule the CEO's meeting, is able to do it on her mobile app. She doesn't need to get her laptop out, she doesn't need to phone reception, she just gets her app out and changes it from one room to another. And so somebody else, when they're trying to find a meeting room, aren't just going to go and camp in that room because they see it's empty. What they'll do is they'll go up to a screen that looks like this. This is the Condeco Wayfinder product, where you can see a list of meeting rooms and what's taking place in those meeting rooms, what's free, what's busy. So you can go and see the ones that are free. You can walk up to the room rather than just go and camp in the room and just pretend it's yours. You can actually book that meeting room from the screen. Actually, the meeting room that's being booked was already booked and had been cancelled because no one turned up for it, and it's one of the features of our screens. If you book something and don't use it, it automatically cancels it, frees up that space for somebody else to use. So the meeting room is reused. No one's camping in a room that they shouldn't be in, and breakfast is turning up at the right time. Catering's turning up at the right time. So all those complicated meetings with the room layout and the catering and the equipment, everything's there, everything's right for the meeting. The CEO's happy, his PA's happy, Jade's feeling a lot less stressed. There's a smile on her face there. And in particular, video conferencing is working. The person's in the right room at the right time. And so here we've tied in the meeting room booking with the Polycom or the Cisco video conferencing system. We've even brought in 2 other people using our virtual meeting room platform. And so the meeting's perfect, even though it was running late and it had to be moved or the time had to be changed. 12 o'clock, servers down. No problem. Everything's in the cloud. We don't care if the servers are down. You might not be able to access some of your corporate applications, but the meeting room booking, the desk booking system is all working perfectly. Even the screens on the outside of the meeting room are working properly. It's the beauty of putting things in the cloud, which many organisations are moving to now, and you're obviously seeing a trend across the industry. Put things in the cloud, you don't have to worry about the problems of your servers going down. So remember Jan before, flown in from Stockholm. He was trying to find a desk so he could sit with some of his colleagues. No problem this time. He's booked his desk in advance on his Outlook add-in on the Condeco system. When he arrives at the office, he's pointed to the Condeco kiosk where he swipes his pass, it knows who he is and automatically says, do you want to check in? He can go and find where his colleagues are sitting through the kiosk as well by doing a search for them. Everything's working nice and smoothly. Jan is happy. He gets to work with his colleagues. He hasn't spent 20 minutes, half an hour wandering around the building looking for a place to sit. And actually, when he arrives at his desk, again, he's using his RFID card, his security pass that he uses to get into the building to check into his desk using one of the Condeco desk screens. So this is all of our products on one slide. This is the perfect office, as far as we're concerned, to help make the perfect day. With the room booking software and the screens on the outside of the meeting room, desk booking kiosks to support agile, flexible working, software on the screens, the Wayfinder, and wireless sensors, occupancy studies, so we can get an understanding of how we're using the space, so we can remain agile and flexible to ensure that we've got the right size meeting rooms, the right number of meeting rooms, and the right number of desks for each department. So I just wanted to finish off with a case study. We could have picked 500. I thought we'd pick one that we've all heard of. This is the BBC's office in Manchester. They had a problem within their organisation, across the real estate, across the UK, all of their buildings, where they had multiple systems. You couldn't, if you're in London, you couldn't book in Manchester. If you're in Manchester, you couldn't book in London or Cardiff. So multiple systems meant that it was really hard to start scheduling when you're travelling around, really hard to schedule video conferencing as well. They had a lot of problems with no-shows, people booking meeting rooms and not turning up. The issue we spoke about earlier, where the CEOs walked through the office and seen all the empty meeting rooms. No visitor management within there. There was a driver to improve efficiency on these new buildings where they were spending a lot of money. And it was difficult to coordinate catering because it was disjointed from the room booking system. So we brought in Condeco, our room booking software, our room booking screens. We're integrating into their video conferencing platform, into visitor management, into catering management. All of the things that we've spoken about today are being showcased at the BBC. We had a very, very successful deployment across the whole real estate. Started off with a new broadcasting house in London and then rolled out across the whole country. Overwhelmingly positive feedback from the users. They love the system. It's helping them to be more efficient in their jobs. It's helping the facilities teams to be more efficient in theirs. Staff and visitors have a much better experience. We're now moving to do desk booking with them as well. They're just doing a pilot to support further changes in the way that they work. They're talking about moving to hot desking in the future. So we're doing a pilot with about 50 desks so they can start to see how that works within their culture. Ultimately, what we've been talking about today are common issues across your organisations, and you've all stayed, so I'm assuming that you're also experiencing these issues. I welcome any questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.